sports psychologists do. So I'm a sports performance enhancement coach, and we really look at the athletes to reach within themselves to become the best they can be. So let me tell you why a sport performance coach is so important. Did you know that you have between 12,000 and 50,000 thoughts every day? And of those thoughts, 80% are negative. And that starts from the age of 7. Now, can you imagine if you're this strong athlete and you have all the technical skills to perform at your best, but you have this voice in your mind saying, you're not good enough. So that's where I come in, to teach your athletes to become mentally tough. For every negative thought, you need to have 5 positive ones just to eliminate that. So your biggest challenge is to make sure that you are mentally tough. So we work with different aspects in sports psychology. It's not just this one or this one or this one. It's a combined way of working. If you look at self-awareness, that is your number one skill to understand who am I, what is my strength, what is my limitations, what is my confidence levels, how do I look at myself, what's my body image, how do I see myself as an athlete. So we look at self-awareness. You don't need to change anything about you. We actually have it all within us. So that is your self-awareness skill. Motivation. What drives you? How can you, in a competitive environment, get yourself out of the dumps? Sometimes we're just scared. And that is where we help you to say, okay, this is how I'm performing at the moment. What is your limiting beliefs? What are you talking about? What are you telling yourself? So let me come back to motivation. So when we look at motivation in sport is sometimes we need to compete in a very big competition. How motivated am I? Can I get myself back up if I'm thinking negatively? If I had a poor performance the previous competition, how motivated am I to change that? And that is all mental toughness that we need to teach the athletes. If you look at goal-directedness, I promise you, if you look at people not writing down their goals, they will not achieve it. But are you setting realistic goals for yourself? We need to look at what is the athlete's capabilities. We need to be realistic and see how can we work with their performance. I have a shot put and discus athlete, and he needs to work towards essays. So we were looking at his goals. So what are you aiming for? And he says a 54. I said, and for your placing that you want, what do you need to do? I need to throw a 57. So we need to make sure that the goal is specific enough. And we had to change his goal setting ways of doing it. I don't know if you've seen the story about Alice in Wonderland, where she came to the caterpillar and she asked the caterpillar which way to go. And he asked her, well, which way do you want to go? And she's like, I don't know. And he said, but that will take you there. And that's how specific we need to be when we look at goal-directedness. Then we also look at, we call it arousal control or attention control. What is making me nervous? If it's an important competition, some athletes throw up, or they cry, or they just can't seem to control themselves. So we look at different techniques, how to work with their anxiety levels. Deep breathing is one of the most important skills we teach them to calm down. So what happens when you're in an over-aroused state? You don't think clearly already, you think a lot of limiting beliefs, but also your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system is out of control. And we need to get that, we call it incoherence. And the way to do that is by deep breathing. So we help the athletes to control their nerves and for them to set different goals. And that makes them more at ease, and it makes them believe that they can actually do so. And then we look at their confidence levels. How confident am I doing this sport? How confident am I doing this competition? Do I believe in myself? What is my self-talk? How do I talk to myself? Do I say I can do it? Do I break myself down? So we look at affirmations, which is very specific for the athlete to build their confidence levels up. And one of the most important skills also is concentration. Can I focus in doing what I need to do? I've seen some athletes playing tennis and they have to wait on the receiving end of the ball and they're looking all around them. So the focus isn't there. When are you allowed to look around, and when are you straight-faced on your path forward when you are competing? And that's what we do with your concentration. Make sure that you're not distracted, because opponents distract you. Are you distracted by people saying things, or your competition saying good things, bad things? Sometimes you always wonder, are they trying to throw me off my game here? So we really need to focus on what they're concentrating on. And then visualization. That is one of the most important skills when it comes to life and sport. So you need to make sure you clearly see how you are performing and achieving your best when you are competing. So we work out a nice process for you in saying, okay, this is what you need to do pre-game or pre-race, what it is that you're doing. You're going to start with this, then you start with the next skill, then you start with the next skill. And let's say you need to do goal shooting for netball. How do you position your legs? You're going to have to get that perfectly. Is your hand up in the right position? Is your elbow showing in the right direction? Can you feel it going in? So we make it so realistic. You can't just say, okay, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing it going in through the hoop. You make sure you are very specific with your visualization, and you can do so with any aspect in your life. So with visualization, there's one athlete of mine, he's an SA champ, and now he's also competing to become an SA champ for schools. And he does 1,200 meters. But for him to become a champ, he needs to run a specific time. So what we did with our sessions, he is not in my region, so this was a virtual consultation with him. We made sure he knows visually how to run his race. So I would sit and time him, and he would close his eyes and run his race, but he needs to experience every aspect of that race. I will write down when he's at his 400 meter mark, I will write down his time, and with each round I will do so. And then we will calculate, okay, did he make it? What happened? If he's too fast, you must just control you here. You're a bit too slow, can you pick it up there? How does that pace feel? And within 3 weeks, we managed to get his time down by 12 seconds. That is how powerful visualization is for you. Our sessions is not limited to one-on-one in person. We can do so on a virtual platform. Sometimes our lives are so busy that we just can't get around. It's so quick to be able to put on your computer, put on Zoom, even if it's a WhatsApp video call. We've done so many wonderful, successful sessions like that. So don't hesitate to contact me so that we can help you reach your fullest potential, becoming the best athlete that you can be, and reach right there within yourself to do that.